Divine peace and blessings. It's so important for me to really tune in and not let myself get distracted by this. I find it a bit unnatural. I more or less want everyone here to remember that this is real. And what I mean by this is real is it is as real as anything else. It is as real as the tangible that we touch and that we feel and that we embrace every day. Even though it is different, it is still having an impact. And I was just thinking about this. I was thinking about, or this thought came to me, how lives are changed, how the 3D reality of people is completely changed by what they are seeing in this format, by what they are experiencing that's being transmitted through airwaves. And then that which is being experienced in this, through these devices, and that which occurs on these devices, and that which is displayed, how it has a direct impact on us in the 3D. And what I'm saying to some degree is understood. I'm not saying anything that is new in that regard, but it hit me on a different level just to reset our intentions when it comes to our usage. And there is an element in life of time not always being used in the most optimal way. That will occur whether there's a device or whether there is not a device. But nevertheless, we can still renew our intentions. We can still renew our intentions for our life. And in that way, we can still renew our intentions for how we use these devices and how we interact within a space that is not necessarily a 3D space that you can actually touch. I know for a fact that there are individuals who their primary reason for coming onto YouTube, Instagram, Facebook is only to make this world a better place. There are people who their intention is to bridge realities, to help facilitate a better eternity as well. And so that's something that I felt the need to say, to set your intention when you open your phone. I don't know who here speaks English or does not because I'm going live, so I think I'm going more regional with people who are in the area. But that's something for those of you who do speak English and understand me to remember that these devices we use are an extension to our reality, and it's a portal that is directly impacting our souls. It's a portal that is directly impacting us. So we have to be careful what we let in. We have to be careful what we allow to keep impacting us because, like sponges, we are absorbing that which we see and that which we hear, and also the energy that we are exchanging with others. There's a reason also why I'm not looking consistently in this way. I want to focus on what truly wants to come through in this moment. So please, my brothers, my sisters, I'm talking to myself first, set our intention that when we use our devices, that it is an extension of our purpose for being in this life. And once again, we're going to fall short. But when we renew our intention, then we renew that which comes into our field. And so for me, I'm setting intention for the highest alignments. I'm setting intention for collaborations. I'm setting intention for whatever it is that I have learned or accumulated or embodied or whatever gifts the Most High has given me, that the right people find me at the right time, and that is it is a benefit. And I also pray and ask that I myself am aligning with those that bring me the medicine and the benefit that I myself need. The other day, and I will make a separate video about this, I learned about a category of people in psychology who are called highly sensitive persons. And I myself woke up, or I was resting, or about to, no, I was about to go to sleep. And there was some memory that overtook me, and I found myself crying. And I'm someone who I tend to, whenever I'm tapping into a true, raw emotion of the heart, tears come. That's just who I am. But I never understood it to be something that is connected to a greater category of people. So I had a thought that just came in that said, you are, okay, let me backtrack. So these tears are coming. Some part of me is saying, Hasna, why are you crying? Why are you crying over this matter that was so long ago, and feeling it like with so much depth of emotion? And then this other something said, you are a highly sensitive person. And then there was this nudge that then said to look it up. So I look it up. There is an entire category of people that are supposed to make up 20% of the population, that the development of their nervous system and their cortex and all of that, or I don't know, central cortex, it manifests in certain qualities and attributes. So I'm listening to this video, and the man is explaining all of the qualities and all of the attributes. And every single one, except for one of them, was me. The sensitivity to light. I notice I do not like bright lights. Even in a place where I'm living, I prefer indirect light. I feel more comfortable with that. I can go in the sun for the benefit and the healing benefits on a sunny day, but generally, I prefer dim light. I prefer indirect light. I saw that they also had the quality of someone being highly empathic or empathetic, where you're feeling others' emotions, which I can pick up emotions from across the world. And I'm not saying all the time on point, but definitely if I just feel someone, I can generally feel what they're thinking, which is not always the greatest thing, depending on what it is. Um, or if I'm in communication with someone, it's like the subtleties of the shifts and the changes, and if they're understanding or if they're resonating or if they have a doubt or if they are really like with me and connecting with me, you know, every fluctuation, I can feel it in real time. um, I've had cases where I'm suddenly feeling, I'll give an example. There was someone, a friend of mine, suddenly he pops into my heart. Like, I feel all of this love for him just out of the blue. Like, okay. And so it made me message the person and say, wow, I just feel so much love for you. And he said, this person's all the way across the world. He said, Hasna, I was just in meditation. Coming out of meditation at the end, I sent love to you. And I had no idea. We'd not been in communication for weeks, but I felt it. It was just like, and that's happened to me multiple times. If someone's prayed for me, if someone sent ruqya in my direction, if someone, yeah, it reaches me. And they wouldn't have told me beforehand, but every single time it corresponded. During my sessions that I've had working with people, there's been cases where they're thinking something and I ask a question and it's correlated with something that they were working through or needing to heal. And I can go on, but the point is that that is a quality of those who have this kind of nervous system, or this, that they are highly empathetic or empathic. Another thing is needing solitude. So they might be an extrovert. And this, when I learned about highly sensitive persons, you can look it up on YouTube, you can look it up anywhere. When I looked it up, so many things made sense. For example, I'm not really an introvert. Like when I'm out, I'm out. Like I'm connecting, I'm feeling, I'm hi, how are you? I'm good to meet you. Like when I'm out, I'm out. Like I'm out, you know? Um and sometimes I have to warm up. It doesn't mean you put me somewhere and I just all of a sudden like, hey, no, it's not, I'm not saying it's like that. But there's this aspect of I really enjoy people and I really enjoy connecting with people and going deep with people. But do I ever need, I need to recharge so much. Like almost any time when I've been around a lot of people, enjoying myself, connecting, it's almost like 2, 3 days I need after, mostly alone. Or maybe it's not a need, but it's a tendency to go into that naturally. Anyway, there were so many lists of things. And then I realized my mother's also this. It's like my mother is in this category, and maybe even more than myself, where the sensitivity is extremely strong. Like even to talk about certain subjects or to for her to see certain visuals, like she's very sensitive, very sensitive. So anyway, there's more on this. I'll make a separate video, I believe, but it's such a blessing to be able to have resources to learn about ourselves and to, yeah, to understand our makeup, to understand who we are, and then also understand the tools that might be needed for our personal evolution. And everyone's takes time. Like every individual could say, "Oh, I would love to have felt like this and had the energy for this and been able to do this, and I wish these circumstances happened exactly the way I foresaw it." But I do believe with every fiber of my being. I woke up and I didn't drink any water, and it's what time? It's 8:50, so I need to go drink. Okay, and if not with every fiber of my being, but with many fibers of my being, primary fibers, I am convinced that everything is working out perfectly. I believe that it's for me. I believe that I am held and I am supported, and I have seen time and time again that even when the unfolding did not go according to plan, that it was opening me up to something that benefited me, to understand more about everything, and specifically aspects even within myself that were holding or have held me back from the highest potentiality. So yeah, some of us, it happens in the first 20 years. Some of us, it happens in the first 30. Like it, every person's different. And yeah, I say that we all need to be patient with ourselves, be patient with yourself, and to be within that which is, allow some level of nurturing for yourself, but also to push yourself a little bit. And I think that's the point where I'm at. It's like, yeah, some challenges may have occurred, some things may have happened, but it's like I can still push myself to the edge. Like there's edges of discomfort. And you just have a consistent practice of going a little bit outside of your comfort zone, a little bit outside of your comfort zone, a little bit outside of your comfort zone in a way that can benefit the mind, the body, and the spirit. All right, so I think I'm going to end on that. I'd like to also get in a better practice of sharing in this format because I know that whoever is meant to align will align. I believe that. I've seen that. I trust that. It may be now, it may be in a year. I don't know. But we don't know how long we're going to be in this life. We have no idea. And so I notice in recent times, even in the community where I'm living in Indonesia, there have been deaths, and there have been recent deaths. People who were pretty young. I'm thinking of a couple who died in a mudslide that I sat with and I gave talks with and I shared with and listened to. And they rented a place. A mudslide came. They died. They're gone. And of course, I pray they're in peace. Okay, don't want to get emotional right now when I'm trying to end the call, end this stream. But my point is that what did I do first? I looked at our messages. I looked at their Facebook page or their last posts. So, yeah, it's important to leave something, to leave something of benefit from that which comes to you, from that which you are inspired to benefit others. I pray that your life is blessed. I pray that you return back to the basics, to the breathing, to prayer, to nature, to movement, to being in the company of those who remind you of who you really are. And seriously, whenever you feel that stress or that tension with the anxieties or the difficulties of life, breathing is so powerful, so incredibly powerful. And know that even if you're misunderstood by the world or feel that way, that God is with you. All right, take care and peace.